Hello there. Welcome to Short Talks with Ola. Today I'm going to be talking about something I'm sure you have heard before, about the acronym of FEAR. F-E-A-R. FEAR is false evidence appearing real. I don't know if you've heard that before, but that's what I want to talk about today. And I want to let you know that if you actually think about it, that's really what fear is. Because yes, the evidence is there, but sometimes it's false, but it appears real because you make it seem real. And sometimes the circumstances makes it seem real. And I'm going to take an example from the book of Matthew chapter 14, and it's from verse 23 to 36. And this is the story of when Peter walked on water. We all know that story of how Peter walked on water. How did Peter walk on water? Peter walked on water because Jesus was actually the one walking on water. And he said, Peter said to him that if it is you, call me to come to you. That was just his request. And Jesus said, come. That was all Jesus said. And Peter, in faith, actually stepped on water and started to walk. And then what happened? He began to sink. Why did he sink? Why did he begin to sink? Yes, I know it sank, yes. He began to sink because he took his eyes off the prize. You understand what I mean? He took his eyes off the focus. And then the false evidence appearing real happened to him. Fear. Yes, the evidence was real, because there was a storm. And the evidence is nobody ever walks on water. So yes, the evidence was there and it was appearing real because Peter allowed it. What do I mean? When we take our eyes off the prize, when we take our eyes off the focus, then we begin to see the fear around us, the evidence that is there. And it seems so real because it's there, it's real. But sometimes it's because we choose to take our eyes off the prize. What am I saying this day is that when such things happen, when you are in that situation, when you're in that circumstance that it seems like, oh, this thing is not working, I've tried and tried. No, go back to the goal. You fight fear with faith and focus. You focus on the goal, you focus on the prize, and you fight fear with that. You increase your faith. You hold on to that faith that you had. Maybe it was an idea that was dropped in your spirit, and then you began to work with the idea, and somewhere along the line you had challenges. And then those challenges becomes the fear. And instead of you keeping your eyes on the prize, on the focus, you start looking at the fear. And so that false evidence appearing real begins to encroach on what you have been building on. So I want to encourage you, if you are out there, if fear has taken over anything, I have my own fears as well. I won't lie. I have my own fears that I deal with. And anytime those fears come, I try to remember, okay, what's the goal? What's my focus? I try not to take my eyes off the focus, which is Jesus. I try not to take my eyes off the focus of who I'm believing in, which is Jesus. I'm believing that God will help me to achieve those goals because I know it's not by myself. It's not a question of I'm smart, I know what I'm doing. No. It's a question of trusting God to take me to that place where I want to get to. So I want to encourage you, if there's any fear you're facing right now, yes, that evidence might be real, but it appears real. I want you to change your focus. I want you to look unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. So change your focus, look unto God, put it before God again, even if you've abandoned that goal. Even if you've abandoned that dream, I want to encourage you today. Pick it up again, put it back in God's hands and ask for direction. When fear comes, face God. Focus on God and ask for directions. Increase your faith. Let that faith you started with, let it be increased, and you continue in that faith. And I want to assure you that God is always ready to help us because he knows we cannot do it. That is why he says that we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us, not through our power, not through our skills, not through what we are able to do, but through Christ that strengthens us. So I want to encourage you, don't abandon that dream. And I'm telling you, it is possible. There's still the light at the end of the tunnel. So go back to God, change your focus. Focus on God for direction. Focus on God for wisdom. Focus on God for knowledge. And then increase your faith. Hold on to that faith that you started with. And I know that God will meet you at the very point of your needs. And I pray that as you go into this new week, the Lord will bless you. He will keep you. He will cause his countenance to shine on you. The favor of God will be available for you. I don't know why I'm praying this way, but I believe someone out there needs to hear this. The favor of God will be available for you, and you will come back and testify. And I pray that you have a blessed week.